G'day guys, welcome back to another episode of Flashlight Crazy. Today I'm doing a comparison video between the Malkoff MDC hard anodized in the 123 and the Malkoff MDC hard anodized in the 1AA. And I've got both the neutral and the cool white versions to have a look at. Let's check it out. All right, so here they are up close. Now, before anything, I just want to show you the batteries. So these battery station batteries you will get from Malkoff with the two MDC hard anodized 123s. So these two will come with this. And this is a non-rechargeable lithium battery, CR123A. We all know about them. Great batteries. Now, the two 1AAs will come with an alkaline battery, just a typical AA, but I'm actually running the Fujitsu 1.2 volt, 2,450 milliamp hour nickel metal hydride batteries. These batteries are rechargeable. You have to have a nickel metal hydride recharger, so not a lithium recharger, or some chargers do both actually, but these I like because they're rechargeable and they are less likely to leak. Although, I will just point out that an alkaline battery leaking in a Malkoff is probably not going to do much damage because look at that fully potted head. Oh yeah. So, now, actually let's install the batteries now. So, the Malkoffs come in two pieces, the head and the body. There's no tail cap, it's just the head and the body. Inside the head is the electronics, and they are all held together by that potted material. I think it's called epoxy. Now, there's the emitter and the orange peel reflector. I will go over all that shortly. So drop this in. Oh, actually, before that, can you see down there the switch area? So that's the McClicky switch down there. You can also swap that out or replace that if it dies. You can just buy them from Malkoff, and Gene Malkoff shows you a very clear tutorial on how to do so. Not difficult at all. So as I'm installing these batteries, I'll just let you know that Malkoff lights are not lumen greedy by any stretch of the imagination. They are designed for proper use. They are designed for rugged use, as they say on their website. All of their lights are potted and are fully constructed to take a proper beating. They are phenomenal lights, very simple lights to use. There's a better view of the switch down there. Very simple lights to use. I love them for their UIs, for their construction, for their build quality, and for the design and feel in the hand, because they're great. Let's do some measurements first. So the 123 hard anodized comes in at 88.62 millimeters long. The tail comes in at 17.69 millimeters wide. The body comes in at 14.27 millimeters wide. And the head comes in at 20.86 millimeters wide. Now the 1AA comes in at 104.52 millimeters wide. The tail is 17.84 millimeters wide. The body 14.2 millimeters wide. And the head is 20.8 millimeters wide. So, as you can see here, tail areas exactly the same, heads exactly the same, bodies exactly the same. Only difference is the height. Now, let's talk weights. So, first off, I'll just point out, I have a reversible clip that you can buy from Malkoff on this one, which is my cool white. And I have the standard clip that you get with it, which is on my neutral. So that is going to affect the weight. But both of them have a nickel metal hydride battery inside it. I don't know how charged they are. So we've got 105.92 grams in the standard pocket clip. And we've got 107.27 grams in the dual two-way pocket clip, or the hat clip. So that's for the 1AAs. Now, MDC 123 hard anodized is 79.91 and 80.36. So that will have something to do with the charge of the battery. And when I say charge, you don't charge these batteries, but it'll have something to do with the amount of voltage that's left in the batteries. Okay, so why did I want to do a review with all of these lights? Well, when I was looking through the Malkoff website, I wanted to know what the difference was between the smaller, more compact, but more powerful MDC hard anodized, or HA, I should say, in the 123. And then I also wanted to know what the difference was between that and the MDC AA, or hard anodized AA, 1AA. So I thought, bugger it, I'll buy all four, meaning two of the same but with different emitters and then different emitters, and let's do a review on them. So the emitters you get are SST20s, cool white on my left and neutral white on my right. Now, cool white is 5,700K. It has a low of 3 lumens, a medium of 50 lumens, and a high of 300 lumens. The run times are 100 hours on 3 lumens, 20 hours on 50 lumens, and 1 hour on 300 lumens. Now, the neutral 4000K SST20 95 CRI, holy moly, is 3 lumens on low, 40 lumens on medium, so it's 10 lumens less, and 210 lumens on high, which is 90 lumens less. But the run times are the same. 100 hours on 3 lumens, 20 hours on 40 lumens, 1 hour on 210 lumens. So that's the differences between these two. Now, same goes. We've got a cool white on my right and a neutral white on my left. Both SST20, we have 5,700K here and 4,000K 95 CRI here. And the differences in runtimes and outputs are, both start off with 0.3 of a lumen. So that is a magnificent moonlight mode. Then the cool white jumps up to 9 lumens, whereas the neutral jumps up to 8 lumens. And then on high, the cool white jumps up to 115 lumens, whereas the neutral white jumps up to 90 lumens. So run times are 200 plus hours on low, on the 0.3 lumen, then 18 plus hours on the medium, and then 1 hour on the high. However, those runtimes were taken with a 2,000 milliamp hour N loop, Malkoff says. This is not a 2,000 milliamp hour N loop that I'm using. This is a 2,450 milliamp hour Fujitsu nickel metal hydride. So for that reason, I'm going to get a little bit more runtime in these. Now, the big question, what is the difference between them? All right, so let's look at sizes in the hand. Now, what looks more comfortable? Because I can tell you what is more comfortable. This one. The 1AA is so friggin' comfortable in the hand. It doesn't feel like it's going to slip out. It doesn't feel like it's going anywhere. Very easy to change modes. Very, very easy to access the tail cap. The 123 hard anodized is a lot smaller, a lot more compact. Doesn't feel like it's going to slip out of the hand, but it's very small. You know, like my hand completely consumes it really. It's quite small. So compact, it ticks all the boxes. Very, very compact light. But this one is definitely more comfortable. Now, let's see just an outright difference. I know I did the weights before, but let's just see an outright difference, a very, very clear difference between the weights. So nickel metal hydride, 105.91 grams, whereas 79.91 grams. So that is definitely that's definitely a difference. That's a big difference between these two. So is that going to be a problem for some? I don't know, but this is what this review is about, to show you the difference. Now, of course, we do have orange pilled reflectors, if I didn't say that before. So they do give just a phenomenal, evenly spread beam. I love it. And of course, the night shots will show the difference in what they're capable of. But if we just go over the UI, so I just want to cover as well, this hat clip fits so much better on the 1AA. It's far too big, I think, for the hard anodized. And if I can just show you, it really comes up to like here on the 123, and it's not comfortable to hold. I don't like it. Although putting this on your hat would be better because it would be less heavy. Well, it would be lighter, otherwise known as. So I intentionally put it on my 1AA simply because it just fits better, but it'll definitely be lighter on your hat with the 123, which is this one. Now, let's just get, so let's get the cool whites happening. All right, so this is what they look like. So lowest output, okay? 0.3 of a lumen, 3 lumens. Very different. Now, turn it off and then 1, 2. That there is 9 lumens and that there is 50 lumens. So now we start to see a real difference between the two. And then 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So that there is 300 lumens on the right and 115 lumens on the left. This is what these are capable of. So if you are wondering which one to buy, then you need to ask yourself what you're going to use it for. Because if it's going to be around the house light that you're going to operate in very, very, very low light conditions or basically pitch black, then the 1AA is all you need. It really is, because 115 lumen max is just phenomenal. And you can use rechargeable nickel metal hydrides. Whereas if you want it for something a bit more light, a bit more throw, things like that, then you're probably going to want to go the 123. But you got to remember, this will not take rechargeables. You only can run non-rechargeable CR123s, because see there, it tells you the voltage, input voltage you can have on this head is 2 volts to 3.2 volts. So in between 2 and 3.2 volts. A rechargeable 16340, which will fit in this, is 3.7 volts. That will damage the electronics in there. You do not want to put that in there. So if you're ever in doubt, just look at a Malkoff head, see what voltage it can be put into, the max voltage. So the max voltage on that AA is 2 volts. Max voltage on the 123 is 3.2 volts. And then have a look at your battery. If your battery shows more voltage than what the head says, don't put it in. Plain and simple. But now let's check out the 4000K high CRIs. I love they do a high CRI as well. It's fantastic. So that's on the lowest output. So we have 0.3 of a lumen here, and we have 3 lumens here. Now, 1, 2, 1, 2. Now we have 40 lumens here, and we have 8 lumens here. So now we're starting to see a bit of a difference. And then off, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now that's the highest outputs you're going to get of either of them. So over here, we have 210 lumens, and over here we have 90 lumens. So again, you got to ask yourself, what do I want this light to be used for? Do I want it to be used for around the house light and nothing really else? Do I want it to be used for outside and I want a little bit more light and distance? Counterintuitively, the smaller light puts out more output, whereas the larger light puts out less. So that's what you got to ask yourself. Comfort, compact, what am I going to use it for? Am I going to try and notch it on my hat? Because I'm telling you, even though it's amazing that this comes with a hat notch, this is quite heavy to notch on your hat, because the potted head, same as this, potted head, it's quite heavy, plus the rechargeable battery is a lot heavier than the lithium primary non-rechargeables. Now, all of these lights will tail stand. You do not need to worry about that. They do all tail stand. They're all potted, all have indestructible pocket clips, all come with clicky switches, which are very, very sensitive, very, very easy to use. And the UI is the same with all of them, which is that they always start in their lowest output, right? And if you leave that output on for 150 milliseconds or more, then the next time you click that switch, it's going to come on back in low. Okay, so there's no memory mode. However, you can kind of hack, not a memory mode, but you can hack a advanced mode UI if you want. And the way you do that is you turn it on and then take it off before 150 milliseconds. Now what's going to happen is it's going to go to the next output. It's going to advance. See? And now if I take it off again, now it's going to advance to the highest output. There it is. But then if I leave it on for 150 milliseconds or more, next time I turn it on, comes back to low. So it's not that these lights have a memory mode, because they don't. But let's say I wanted to ensure that this came on in the brightest output for whatever reason. What I would do is get it to the medium output and then let go before 150 milliseconds is up, like this. 1, 2, off. Now, next time I turn this on, it's going to come back on in the highest output because I have hacked it. So it's going to think that, 150 milliseconds didn't happen. So now I need to come on at the highest output, which it does. So it's kind of an ingenious UI, really, because you know it's going to come on in the lowest output every single bloody time. However, you can hack it to come on in any output you want. Because if you want it to come on in the medium output, then you just put it on low, let go. And then you know next time you turn it on, medium. So I love the UI of this. I love the McClicky switch. Forward clicky, McClicky switch. Just phenomenal lights. Take a look at them there. In fact, I'll crisscross them so you can see what's up. And in fact, what I'll do is I'll put a ray light LAN apple in the middle of them so you can just see a good old size comparison there. All right, so I'm going to take them outside and I'm going to show you the differences between the cool white, both of them, and then the neutral whites. And then we'll come back for some final thoughts, prices, and where to buy. See you in a sec. All right, level 1 of the 4000K hard anodized 123. So just getting the fence line, spill starting to show. There's level 2. And level 3, highest output. And that's just getting everything. So now I'll swap it over to the 1AA in the 4000K as well, and we'll see the difference. So that's moonlight mode. You're not going to see much from here, but if we go to, there's level 2. So level 2 on the 1AA is similar to level 1 on the hard anodized 123. And then that's probably in between level 1 and level 2, I'd say. Level 2 and level 3, because this is level 3 now on the 1AA, which is pretty good. Not as bright as level 3 on the 123, of course, but still, it's doing the job. I'm not disappointed at all. Very, very useful. And it's got a rechargeable nickel metal hydride, so that's a bonus. All right, let's go cool white. So level 1 there on cool white on the hard anodized 123. So with the CR123, that's level 2. Just a bit more brightness than the 4000K, but obviously not as nice color rendering. And the brightest, and that is bloody bright. All right, now I'll go to the 1AA. So skipping moonlight mode, there's level 2. Level 2 on the 1AA 5000 or 5700K, sorry, looks a little bit brighter than level 1 on the 123. And then full brightness. Geez, that's pretty good, man. That's awesome. And there is a street light right up there, so this is still lighting this joint up even with that. Awesome. All right. There it is. See ya. Alrighty, so if we're talking night shots, obviously the 123s are brighter, they're going to throw further, they offer more light. Very simple. But as you saw, or as I hope you saw, on high especially, mate, the 1AA isn't doing anything that the 123 can't do. It's just that this is given more light, but you can still see, it still gives you a broad spectrum of light. It gives you a good enough throw. It's an EDC light just designed for, close quarter stuff. So I don't know if it's better or worse. It's just different for different things. So again, if you want to buy a light, I would recommend the 1AA for around the house stuff, 100%. The neutral 1AA lives next to my bed. That is because the moonlight mode on neutral is friggin' awesome. So I love this thing to live next to my bed. It just stays there. Good on ya. That's where it sleeps, and I grab it all the time and use it for midnight stuff. But taking it outdoors and things like that, I'd probably recommend the 123s because they do just offer that upper range of lumen outputs. But again, no rechargeable batteries in these. So, buy a box or two of CR123As and then you're going to be good to go. Now, I'll just grab a hat and I'll show you what I mean about this on your hat in terms of if it's too heavy or not. Give me a sec. All right, so you got your standard hat. This one's a Marathon hat from the watch company Marathon because I like that company. And you can put it on either way, I guess. I'll probably put this up the top. So notch you got to open up that little notch. And see, this is a thing. Malkoff pocket clips they're like almost too good. They're so sturdy. But if I can, there we go. So look, this hat's on relatively loose. It's not a tight fit at all. And it's not a problem. So let's go medium. So it's not a problem. It's not like it's going to fall off. Absolutely not. It's not like it's ripping my hat down. But for extended use, you're going to start to feel it, you will start to feel it. It's kind of distorted my hat a little bit there. Now, if I was going to have it on for a long time, what I would probably do is tighten the hat a little bit. And then now the hat's on extra tight, and it's not going anywhere. So I like this as a headlight over the 123 because it's more useful with the moonlight mode and stuff, So you can just click that on there and you've got like the smallest amount of light, man. It's so useful. If you want to do something hands-free with a really low amount of light, then you're gonna want this. Now, it's very sturdy and looks really nice on the 1AA. It does feel like it takes up a little bit too much of the body on the 123 because if you can see here, look at where the pocket clips goes down to almost halfway of the head of the 123, and it's just not that comfortable to pocket or anything like that. So I really like the 123s the way they are with this in this configuration. And I love having the option for a hat clip, but the hat clip to me feels nicer on the 1AA. So as you see, it's not that bad on your hat, and I just like to have that option as a notch on your hat. Now in terms of prices, so we are looking at basically the same. I think one of them's 213, one of them's 211 Australian, but then you're going to pay 55 USD for post. So you hit with a pretty big sum, but they're phenomenal lights. Highly recommend them, and it just depends on which one you want. I do like to have one of each, to be honest. I like to have one next to the bed and one I take out, but totally your call on what you want to do, or grab none of them. All right, thanks very much for watching, guys, and until next time, stay cool and stay safe. See ya.